Okay, so I finished the faceting of the envelope here. So all these are individual triangles that you can manipulate if you were to select all these on this one section and type in points on and select this corner. You would then be able to adjust those triangles there without the surfaces warping on you or anything. So you can change that up based on how you want your interiors to be, your exteriors, things like that. But we'll just keep it the same for now. So what I went ahead and did next was contouring of the panels. So actually how they would be held up, just based on the last project, which is how I did the structure for that. So there's a lot of different ways you can do it, but this is just the one that I chose. And then contouring is always a good thing to know. So we'll go over that. So if I were to give each one of these panels joists, I guess you could call them that, I would contour this panel at a certain distance. So select the panel and type in contour, and then select your base point. So I usually go along the hypotenuse, which is the longest side of the triangle, just so the joists are the shortest distance, and it's a little bit sturdier than going from this short side all the way across. Instead, you're going this way. So, and then it's important to know that what way that you contour, it's going to run perpendicular to that. So one base point is here, and then the other base point is here, going along that hypotenuse. And now I type in what distance I want those to be, so I just typed in 24 inches. And then it'll cut that up into the sections, and then you can then extrude these down, let's say 8 inches or so. I guess you could go like 6. 8 is kind of large for a 24 inch, but it doesn't really matter. So, or the one on the outside. So make sure it goes inside the panel. So there you can see the offset there for the joist, and then you would go and select all those. So what I should have done was create a new layer for these contours to go on, which is what I did here on the side, and I'll show you. I went ahead and did all of them, so I didn't have to do that during the video, but just call this our test layer and contour that again, and make sure you're on this layer, that layer selected. So contour that again, and then extrude, and then select those objects on that layer, and offset surface, offset surf, I guess, in the command, and then just do like 2 inches. And so there you have your joist. And then we can change that material to wood later, which I'll show you. So I did that for all of these, all the panels. So I'll just turn all those on. So yeah, there's quite a bit. So you kind of have to keep that in mind, whatever look you're going for. And this, again, this is just really fast, so none of this would be perfect or like exactly how you would build it, but just for rendering purposes for now, just to kind of get the overall feel of the space. So, and let me go ahead and show you real quick how to make this wall here. I have I had a wall here made in sections, so if I loft this together, you can see that it comes through my roof. So if I select these panels, we're going to trim that surface along the roof so it goes along the profile of it. So select all those panels and type in trim, and then you're just going to click on the part that's sticking out, and then that'll fix that. So, and then you can do the same thing over here too, but I'm not going to do that for right now. We can offset that surface too, but I just like to give everything thickness so you can, there's a little more detail in the renderings. So we can give the floor slab some thickness. Offset surface, maybe 3 inches if it's a concrete slab, probably on a metal deck or something. So yeah, and then we'll have the main structural members here. I think in the truss tessellation project I piped them. So if I pipe the beginning structure like a foot, it's kind of a lot. Let's go 0.5 feet. And that will be your main structure. And then you can also do the structure for these panels too. If you type in the command dupe face border, you'll get the outline of that triangulated panel. So I'll kind of pull that out so you can see that's what it made by typing in dupe face border. And then you can pipe that just like a ½ a foot. And I think you should explode it first as well in order to pipe it. And then on the caps I would say round. You'll get a little bit better result there. So I actually don't think we'll need these that we made if we're going to do the face borders for all the triangles. So if you just go through and select all your panels, you should be able to grab them all there. Face border. Okay, there we go. So we got all the borders, and then just pipe them all at once, or explode them first. Pipe them. And then that can be the primary structure that would probably be holding on to something else that I won't make right now. So that is pretty much what I'll do for right now, just for the rendering purposes. So we'll go into just a quick materials tutorial next. I've already done a pretty thorough materials tutorial. You'll also be able to find that on my YouTube channel. I think it's just called V-Ray Materials Tutorial or something, and it's on a different project, so I'll do it a little bit faster on here. So if you want a little bit slower, more drawn out explanation of how to apply materials with V-Ray for Rhino, I have V-Ray plugin. So I'll show you how to do that in there. So that's all I have for this lesson. So next one will be the materials, and then we'll go into rendering, get into Photoshop and things like that. So thanks.